Goodness me, it is absolutely roasting. It is roasting today. Holy smokes, holy smokes. Luckily though, I have my Grogu squash. Can you see it? It is freaking sparkly. Wow. It's actually sick as hell. Hello, my name is Sophie, and welcome to attempting to finish my June TBR in 8 days. So you know how, before June started, I made a video going through the 6 books on my TBR for the month, one of which, King of Wrath, I needed to finish from the month of May, but the others, I was determined to get through them. I was going to lock in like nobody has ever locked in before in their lives, and I was going to smash them out. So about that. The current day, this very exact moment, is the 21st of June, and it is about 11 p.m, maybe half 11 p.m. And I have finished King of Wrath. And that's it. Now listen. Hear me out. Please, I swear. I can explain what has been going on, because June has been a crazy month. My nan ended up going into hospital, and then my dog was ill. Both are doing okay now, much better than they were before. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. On top of that, we are going on holiday in the morning. Don't ask me about how much I've packed. Don't. And I'm very excited, but obviously because we're going on holiday, we've been doing lots of prep for that. I've been trying to film stuff in advance, etc, etc. And to be honest, reading has kind of just fallen off of my list of priorities in the last couple of weeks, which is poor form on my part, considering the fact that this is the first month that I have ever done a specific TBR. However, there is still time to make a comeback, because there are still 9 days left in the month of June. And as I just mentioned, we are going on holiday. And I have decided that I am going to dedicate myself to reading as many books on my freaking TBR as I possibly can. I'm gonna lock the hell in, okay? And I thought, why not bring you guys along for the ride? Little road trip. Back to my June TBR though. As I said before, I have finished King of Wrath by Anna Huang, which was the first book on my June TBR that I needed to finish from May. And I have started the second book, which is Twisted Hate, also by Anna Huang. It's an Anna Huang kind of month. I'm currently 113 pages in, so not bad, actually, but I do need to get on with that one. As I said before, though, we leave for our holiday tomorrow morning, which means we have 8 days left of June, and 8 days left to complete my TBR. And as I said before, I am ready to log the frick in. Now, in case you didn't see my June TBR video, the books that I am aiming to get through in the next 8 days now are The Rest of Twisted Hate by Anna Huang, Twisted Lies by Anna Huang, You Have My Attention by Rebel Rose, King of Pride by Anna Huang, and finally, King of Greed by Anna Huang. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk it? So we do have about 5 books to get through. But, you know, I have hope. Maybe. Let's be realistic here. If I really use my brain cells, I think the maximum number I'll get through maybe would be like 3. So I possibly could get through The Rest of Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies, and You Have My Attention. Anything else, I will be very, very surprised. But you never freaking know, you know? If we really commit ourselves to this bit, the world is our oyster. Like, who's to tell us what we can and can't do? Nobody. And I will be reading every free second that I literally get on this holiday. Okay? Speaking of the holiday, I desperately need to get to sleep because I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to help my father pack up the car, and I'm currently running on about 3 hours of sleep. So I'm gonna go to bed now, and I will talk to you again tomorrow when we commence the reading. Commencing the reading. A quick side note though, yesterday I walked into a ladder, and now I have a lump on my head. You probably can't see it, but it's up here. Can you see? You might be able to. It really freaking hurts. Ow. And I don't tell you this for any particular reason other than I would like sympathy. Feel bad for me. Please. We're on a boat. Okay, time for a little update. Hello. We are in our caravan. Wow. This is where I am now. It's like nearly 11 p.m. It has been a very good day, a very busy day. We caught the ferry at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we got here at about 12. Did a couple of things. We went to a donkey sanctuary, and then we got some lunch. Had some cheesy chips. They were very nice. And also a bubblegum milkshake. Very, very tasty stuff. And then we came over to the caravan, settled down, went shopping, got some bits and bobs, came back, ate dinner, blah, blah, blah. It is absolutely freaking roasting. I feel like I'm cooking alive in this room. So I will make this update as short as I possibly can. I've been reading at every possible opportunity. In the car. We spent a lot of time in the car. Waiting for food. I've just done some more reading this evening, and I am now on page 192. So we've made some decent progress, but we are going to need to lock in a little bit harder. I think obviously I'm very tired, and also it's been very busy because we've been like unpacking and stuff. So hopefully I'll get some more reading done tomorrow maybe. I'm not sure what we're planning on doing. Actually, I have some very fun stuff to show you. It's only 2 things, but I'm quite excited about it personally. Okay, so first up, my mum got me this sand pet. She bought it for me. Aww. Look how cute. She wants to name him Donald, but all I can think of is Donald Trump. But look how fat his little tail is.
Oh, wow.
He's so cute. I'm so excited to add him to my collection. Love him. He's such a wonky little guy. And second up is at the Donkey Sanctuary, you can like donate books and stuff, and then they sell them, and the profits go to helping the donkeys and stuff. They had a bunch of books for £1, right? And I found The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, which I've heard lots of really good things about. And the lady who sold it to me also had read it, and she thought it was great. So we haven't even been here for 24 hours, and I've already purchased a book. You can see my books are up there. There. Why is that so difficult to point? Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah, you can see my books are up there. Hello. We will be getting to you. We will. The book, I should probably actually tell you about what I'm feeling about the book. Let's be frank. Well, it's fine. you know? But it is definitely still living up to my expectations as my least favourite in the Twisted series, personally. It just kind of feels like the other ones she had such a strong plot for. And it's not like there isn't plot here. It's just not as good. I don't know. I just don't like it as much. It feels more cringe than the other ones. I don't know why. I don't know what is different. Just the energy of the book feels more cringe to me. So I'm not loving it, but like, it's fine, you know? And I know that I need to read it so that I can move on to the next book, Twisted Lies, which I like a hell of a lot more. So I'm going to keep it pushing so that we can get onto that one, because I feel like Twisted Lies was crazy in a much more entertaining way than this one. This one just stressed me out and was cringe. But who knows? There's still time for me to change my mind. Keep me in your thoughts and hope that I don't cook alive in the night. Hello, 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 hello. It is about 1:30 in the afternoon. It is still absolutely roasting here. I'm still cooking alive, quite frankly. This morning I got up and did a little bit of editing, and then we went out for a coffee at like a little water mill thing, which was very cute. But now we've come back because it is so hot, and I think my parents are going to go swimming. Me and my sister, I think, are going to go and sit outside. She's crocheting at the moment, and I think I'm going to do a bit of reading. I forgot to show you my nails yesterday, though. They're so cute. They're stick-ons. I did them in the car on the way. Don't look at my thumbnail, though, because it's so freaking wonky. But I couldn't undo it once I did it. It was too late. I actually can't have any part of my hair touching anywhere on me because it just feels like it's stuck, and then I get really this is the most I can do. I'm not doing any more than this. Gonna look in again with the book. Haven't done any reading yet today, though, so that is very poor form. But in my defense, as I said, I have been editing another video. So yeah, I will keep you updated, and I'll speak to you later. I'm so sweaty. I look so chopped right now. This is really sad. But imagine I had my sunglasses on and a hat. Obviously, my hair would be a bit more down. But I think, honestly, whatever is too hot to care, quite frankly. Okay, bye-bye. Hello. Excuse my sorry state. I am very warm. It is 11 p.m. 10:30, maybe. Today has been quite a chill day. Since I last spoke to you, we have just been hanging around at the caravan mainly. Spent most of the afternoon and evening sitting outside because the caravan was actually too hot to be in. So I got quite a bit of reading done. I just washed my hair. The shower's kind of crazy in this place. I was struggling to get it to be the temperature I wanted. Let me tell you, she was either freezing or scorching, and neither of those were particularly pleasant for me. But I think by the end, we came to a kind of truce, me and the shower. We came to a mutual understanding. Anyway, let me just get my book because I stupidly left it in the living room. Okay, so I am now on page 312. So I feel like I must have read about 100 pages today. And I am going to keep reading while my hair dries. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more done. I do believe that tomorrow's supposed to be even hotter than today. So not really sure what that's about. I think we're going to try and get up early so that we can get out before it gets really hot, and then we can be back at the caravan. There's like this little bit of shade at the back of the caravan that kind of creates like a bit of a wind tunnel. So we've basically just been sitting there the whole time we've been here. But it is supposed to cool down a bit next week, I believe. So hopefully then we can get out and do stuff. But I'm still having a grand old time. And that's basically everything. I'm going to go and sit in the living room bit now because hopefully that's a little bit cooler than it is in here. So I will speak to you again tomorrow at some point when I have something of note to say. Nighty night. Cooey. Oh man. It is just gone midday and we have already been out. We went for a coffee. It was very, very hot, but we put the dog in her pushchair for the first time. First dog outing in pushchair. I think she kind of loved it. She's very lazy, so this kind of fits her perfectly. So we wheeled her around for a little bit, went onto a very, very tiny bit of beach for about 5 minutes. I did put my feet in the water. Going pretty crazy, did put my feet in the water. We also went to the shops, but all of the freaking freezers were broken, so no ice cream, no ice. Devastating, devastating news. But let's actually discuss what we came here to discuss. Did some more reading last night, read a little bit in the car. Let me tell you where we're at now. We're on page 378, making pretty good progress, I would say. I have got to the part that I absolutely hate now. Hate this bit. She is really cheesing me off, the main character, Jules. Cheesing me off, not a fan of her right now. Get her out of here. She's just making very, very stupid choices. The miscommunication is rife. It's rife in this section of the book. So it is my least favourite part. I'm just stressed, to be honest. I know what happens and I'm still stressed. I just want to finish it so that I can get onto Twisted Lies, because I know that as much as that book is a lot crazier, it's just so much better. I love Stella, the main character, so much. I just think she's wonderful. Kind of weird because my mum's name's Stella. Hey girl. So that's a little bit to wrap my head around. But we suspend our disbelief. We don't even think about it. We put it out of our minds. Okay? I'm just not gonna even go there. Whatever. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Hoping for the end of this book so that I can begin the next one. I'm gonna go and sit in the exact same place I've been sitting the past 2 days, and I'm gonna try and read a bit more. Yay! Sending thoughts and prayers to everyone else in England who is currently experiencing this heat wave. I feel for you. I am with you. Sending lots of thoughts and prayers to the people who are having to work and go to school in this heat. Yikes. I am so sorry. So, yeah, everyone be kind to each other in this weather. We're all hot. We're all irritable. Try and have some patience, have some grace. Let's all help each other out here. Anyway, I will speak to you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hello. Excuse my frazzled looking makeup. I think I've lost a wing on this side. But that's just what happens when it's really hot outside. I just sat down to film this and then a monster moth flew at me from my makeup bag. It was huge. It was like this big. It was very cool, but not in my room, please. Anyway, what I have come here to say is that I have finished the freaking book. That is 504 pages, and we are freaking done. It maybe wasn't as stressful as I remember it being, but that probably is because I knew what happened, because I've already read it before. But it was just as, like, toxic and kind of just as disappointing. But I'm glad that I finished it so that I can now move on to Twisted Lies, which I do believe is longer than Twisted Hate. Really, we picked some books to be going into with this. Oh yes. Let me just skip to the back here. 559 pages. Amazing. Just a bit of light reading. think I'm just going to start it now. We're still sitting outside. It's about coming up on 5 o'clock now. I've been reading solidly since the last time I talked to you. Must be about 4 hours, 4.5 maybe. Pretty good. But you know what they say, the grind don't stop. And we're just going to jump straight into the next one. Final thoughts on Twisted Hate. Definitely my least favorite of all of the books. Josh, mega flop, which is interesting because actually he is technically, in like what he does with himself as a person, I would say he's probably the least morally grey of all of the MMCs in the Twisted series. When you think like Alex Volkov, shady CEO, blah, 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 Reese Larson, personal bodyguard, he'd done some shady stuff himself, and Christian, this last guy, insane, right? Whereas Josh is like a doctor. If you've read it, I think you'll probably understand. I like him the least out of all of the male main characters in these books. I like Josh the least. Even at the end, I'm like, you need to go to therapy, buddy, so that what happened in this book never freaking happens again. So that's my last thoughts on Twisted Hate. Just my least favorite in this series, really. I don't know what happened there. We just kind of went a bit off-piste. But I'm excited to get back into the swing of things with Twisted Lies. Gonna go and do that now. It's so hot in here. I'm like just sweating. I'm just sweating. I'm gonna go back and lie down in the grass outside, even though I am allergic to the grass and I do have a rash all over my legs. But it's either that or getting heat stroke. Just a quick thing before we get into Twisted Lies. This one is about Stella, one of the other friends in the friendship group. And Christian, who is like this super shady CEO guy, and he is like obsessed with her. Obsessed. And he like lets her live in this penthouse for basically free in this building that he owns. And she's like, why? And he's like,
just water my plants.
I think that's what he says. Don't take my word for it. I'll let you know, but for some reason that's all I remember. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Okay, break. Hello. I know I look like a bit of a mess at the moment, but it's because it is like 10 p.m. and I'm just about to get ready for bed and get in the shower. I just wanted to do a little bit of a check-in before I go to bed, let you know where we're up to. I am enjoying this book way more than Twisted Hate. Thank the freaking Lord. This one's made way better so far. I'm 59 pages through so far, and it's just great. He's obsessed with her, and she's just a sweetie. So I'm having a grand old time right now. Definitely need to speed things up a bit though, because we've got another like 500 pages left until we're done with it. So gonna try and lock in again tomorrow. It's my dad's birthday tomorrow though, so I'm not gonna be doing a whole lot. But yeah, I will keep you updated on where we get up to tomorrow. Yeah, I'm so tired, and that might be because I was up until about 2 o'clock in the morning last night watching a Twitch live stream. Maybe that's what it was. Who's to say? I'm not going to confirm or deny either way. But I am going to try and get to bed at a reasonable hour tonight. It is supposed to be just as hot tomorrow as it was today. So I'm not sure what we're planning on doing. We might go out for a coffee in the morning, and then that will probably be it. We'll probably head back to the caravan again like we did today and just spend the rest of the afternoon outside trying not to. Yeah, that's my update. Loving this book. I will speak to you in the morning. Okay, hello. It is nearly 4:30 on Friday. It's Friday. Nearly 4:30 on Friday. My dad's birthday was yesterday. Didn't do a whole lot, not gonna lie. I did fall off with my reading yesterday, and instead I did a bunch of crochet. I'm trying to make a bag. I was dissociating a little bit too hard from reality, so had to clock back in there. But I've done a little bit more now, and I am on page 184. Pretty good, I would say, pretty good. Yesterday evening, we went and watched the sunset, which was lovely. And we went out for like a coffee and a drink in the morning. A coffee and a drink. And then we went out for a coffee and a cake yesterday morning as well. And then this morning, we also went out for a coffee and a cake.
Wow.
I managed to do a little bit more reading in the car. And then we also went shopping a little bit. We did a little bit of shopping, went to some charity shops and a wool shop. I didn't buy any books. I was very good. Don't panic. Anyway, on to the actual important stuff. The freaking book. It's good. It's freaking good. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I was enjoying Twisted Hate at this point, which is probably why I think I'm getting through it a bit faster. I love a whole he's the only one who can protect her moment. I love that. But that's where we're at, basically. I'm gonna go and get ready to go swimming now. Hopefully it's not too cold. Okay. Bye-bye. It's been a couple of days since the last time we spoke. I think the last time I checked in, I was going to go swimming. And you know what? I did not go swimming. I didn't check in at all yesterday because I developed a severe headache. I did do a bit of reading yesterday as well. And today I've done a little bit more reading. We went shopping again. There's a common theme going on right now. I've got a couple bits to show you. But first, let's discuss where we're at in the reading situation. So I'm still on Twisted Lies. It's still really good. I'm currently on page 389. So making our way through it, hoping to finish that today. It's just not gonna happen. I feel like I never get truly stressed in this book. And that is because Christian, the character, is just so in control of everything. I'm like, I actually don't need to worry. I don't need to worry about anything because he's got it under control. And that, I think, is probably one of the reasons why I love this book. I got through a solid chunk of it yesterday. Then it started thundering. Sorry? No rain, just thunder. Not sure what that was about, but whatever. Okay, on to more exciting things. I did perhaps buy another couple of books. Maybe, perhaps. You see, the thing is, there's this one bookshop that we always go to, so I feel I have to support it, support local businesses, which is in fact what I was doing. So we have these two, which, the inheritance games. These books are based around Grayson Hawthorne, who is the guy that I wanted Avery to end up with in the inheritance games. But alas, she was too annoying and she did not end up with him. So I'm hoping he will end up with a slightly less annoying love interest, because I did not particularly like the inheritance games as a series. I wasn't a huge fan, found it quite underwhelming, didn't really like Avery, the main character, didn't want her to end up with the guy she ended up with, wanted her to end up with the other guy, and this series is based on him. Yeah. I know it seems a bit illogical maybe for me to buy a series that is like a continuation from a series that I didn't particularly like, but I didn't even know this existed. And I saw it and I was like, well, I kind of committed and now I want to know what happens to the other guy. So I did get them. I did. So currently the book acquisition count for this holiday is 3, which I don't think is extreme. I think that's like a reasonable amount of books to acquire. I have one last thing to show you. I've had to take a couple of breaks from my reading just to improve my sanity. And during that time, I was doing more crocheting. And I'm actually quite chuffed with this, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have made a bag! Wow! A bag! Look at that! It's got like a bottom and everything. Wait, demonstration. Demonstration. You could find me walking down the street with my freaking bag. Yes. I'm gonna put a load more of these little crochet flowers on it. But I'm really chuffed, and I do still need to line it before I can actually use it. I think it's really cute. But yeah, that's basically my update. I think we're going to play some games this evening, but for now, I think I'm going to try and do a little bit more reading and maybe a bit more crocheting. So I'll check in at some point later. Okay. Bye-bye. We made it for coffee and food, but we still have to walk all the way back to the car. We just walked through a herd of cows, and as we were walking through them, we were trying to stay as far away from them as humanly possible, but then they all turned and looked at us, and I genuinely think that I was feeling like it was going to be my last freaking day on Earth. Why are they so huge? And why were they staring at us like that? I don't know. Felt quite threatened, but it turned out we were just in their way. They wanted to go that way. But it was pretty scary for a second there. But the danger has passed. We continue pushing forward. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and the walk has been conquered. We did it. We got a bit lost. We nearly got attacked by cows. Not really, but kind of. And my feet hurt. But we did do it. And overall, I would say it was very fun. I do love walking. I feel like it's always really cool to see how far your legs can actually take you. But I think my legs have taken me as far as they can go. Hey, how's it going? It is the night of the 29th of June, which means, if I'm calculating it correctly, we have 1 day left. And I have just finished Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. And let me tell you, this book was so much better than I remember it being. So much freaking better. I loved it. I think, don't hold me to this, but I think we might have my new favorite book from the Twisted series. OMG. I just freaking loved Christian, especially after the flockness of Josh from Twisted Hate. Christian was such a breath of fresh air. He was wondrous. He was wonderful. I felt like I didn't have to worry about anything. And I wasn't even a character in the freaking book. I was just reading it. Obviously, it was the ending of the full series, so it was nice to kind of check in on everyone, see how everyone was doing. They are all pregnant, basically, or have had kids, which I didn't like so much. I just don't like the pregnancy trope, though. I do get that this is like the next natural stage of their lives, but I just don't really like the pregnancy trope. Stop reproducing, you guys. We've got enough people in the world. That's besides the point. That's a me thing, you know? But that's me. We move past it. I absolutely loved Twisted Lies. I'm pleased that it's over now, because that means we have 1 full day to read this book, which is the next book that I'm reading. You Have My Attention by Rebel Rose. And let me tell you, I'm hyped about this book. I feel like it's going to be such a goofy time. However, I am like 10, 11 pages in, and it's kind of got my attention. This is a dark stalker romance. All we know is that he's stalking her and she likes it. But then someone else also starts stalking her and she does not like it, presumably because they're not hot. And the guy who's stalking her that is hot, the main guy that she likes, the fact that he's stalking her, he doesn't like it either. So I fear it's not going to end well for the person who is stalking her that's chopped. Sorry to them. So far, it's intriguing. The beginning was not what I thought the beginning was going to be like. I thought we were just going to jump straight into,
oh, he's stalking her. Sick.
because that was kind of how it was sold to us on the blurb at the back. But that's not where we started. So I am actually pretty intrigued, and I'm also excited to start a book that I haven't read before, because I'd read Twisted Hate and Twisted Lies before, so I kind of knew sort of what happened, although I had forgotten like the main part of the storyline for Twisted Lies, which is quite funny to me. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now because we walked in total for 4.5 hours. But when I tell you my ankles hurt, they are in pain. I am ow, you know. But I am going to try and crack out as much of this book as I possibly can, because we literally have 1 day left of June. So it will be a miracle if I finish this book. I'm not really expecting to finish this book, but it would be a pleasant surprise if I did. So it's been a couple days since we last spoke. We're back from holiday now. Boo. Boo. Take me back. Take me back. And the hard, cold reality of life is setting back in. Anyway, the last time we spoke was the last day of June, and I had 1 day to finish this gem of a book. Unfortunately, I did not succeed. I finished it now, but I did not finish it within June. So we failed. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. You know. But as I said, I have finished it now, and I do have a lot of thoughts, not many of which are good. But before we get to that, let me tell you where I got up to before June ended. I read 290 pages out of the 382 pages before the end of June, and then I finished the last just over 100 pages over the next few days. I believe the last time I spoke, I'd read like 10 pages or something, and I was thinking, wow, this isn't what I was expecting. She's got promise. She's got potential. And that potential was non-existent. Well, actually, it did exist, but then it just spiraled down the freaking drain. Obviously, I'm not going to go into too much depth with my review situation here, because this is about reading as many books in the last like 8 days of June as I possibly can, and I did not finish this in the last 8 days of June. But I did want to have just a little rant about how I felt about it, because I think it did have potential, but it then became very clear to me, in my personal opinion, allegedly, that AI was used a considerable amount to generate this book. Right? Right. Let me walk you through how this process went. I actually looked it up before I purchased this book to see if AI was involved in the production of it, and I couldn't see it anywhere. Possibly because it's quite a new release. I think it came out in like March or May of this year. That could have been why there weren't many reviews, but I did actually look it up. and I couldn't find anything to do with AI or anything like that. So I was like, ah, cool, it's safe. Got it, read the first couple of pages and thought, wow, this isn't where I was expecting it to go, but like, I'm liking it actually. However, after the first few chapters, things went downhill considerably. The writing was terrible, and it wasn't. Those first couple of pages, the writing was not terrible, but it just became awful. Like, at first I thought maybe it was translated very poorly from another language into English, but that was not the case. I looked that up as well. It was so off, the grammar was awful. The same things were repeated like over and over again in slightly different wordings. It was just really weird. And in the end, I Googled it again on the last day of June as well, while I was trying to like bash through reading it. I was like, this just does not feel right. It feels really odd. So I Googled it and I saw one review on Amazon, might be that there's more now, saying that after a couple of chapters, it became very clear to the person reading it that AI had been used. And I was like, oh no. So I also asked my sister, and she literally read a couple of pages and was like, this is looking a bit suspicious. So although I cannot confirm or deny for certain that AI was used in the writing of this book, I personally, in my opinion, think that it was. And obviously, because of that, I hate it. Right? I hate it. The only part of this book that I do not think was AI generated was the spicy scenes, because they were so well written, which is just so disappointing, because now I'm like, girl, if you had put your head down and actually put in work, this could have been a really good book. Like, I thought that the premise of it was great. Those first couple of chapters, I was like, wow, this has got promise. Like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be like. Like, I'm really excited. It doesn't seem like your stereotypical cringe dark romance. This could be something more. And then it just devolved. Like, they were having conversations, the main character and like her best friend were having conversations about the stalker guy, right? And the things that they were saying was, one, the same thing just like repeated over and over again, and two, none of it made any damn sense. I was like, what are you actually on about? Actually, what are you on about? And so I'm just really disappointed, right? I would love, actually, if anyone's got any thoughts, any ideas, please let me know. Do you think this is AI generated? Because I think that it is, personally. And like I say, I can't confirm or deny. But either way, after those first couple of chapters, and apart from the spicy scenes, it's terribly written, right? Whether or not it's AI generated is besides the point. The majority of this book was really badly written. So I suppose either way it sucked. It just depends whether it sucked ethically or not. I did finish the book. I felt obligated because I'd already purchased it. It really wasn't that great because of the writing. Not because the actual plot points were bad, but because it was not written by a person. Allegedly, it was not written by a person, in my personal opinion. You can't sue me. I would love to know. Someone confirm or deny. Is You Have My Attention by Rebel Rose AI generated? Let me know your opinions, but also probably don't buy it. Wouldn't recommend. No. I'm disappointed as well that we're leaving the video on such like a bummer note, especially considering the fact that I didn't even finish it in freaking June. Now I have to put it on my July read books that I finished or whatever. I'm not going to go any more into my personal thoughts on it. That's not the point of this video. I will include it in my July reading wrap up when we get there. So if you want to hear any more of my thoughts on it, stick around for that. But just know, I do not recommend that book. In summary, in conclusion, as a result of all of the things that we've experienced together in the course of this video, I did not complete my June TBR. I think that we can safely say the goal was not accomplished. But we gave it a good heckin' go. Didn't we? Didn't we? I think we can be proud of our accomplishments and the efforts that we put into this. Because I certainly read books. The two that I finished in the 8 days were pretty big. They were pretty big books. We've got to give ourselves some credit, right? Which does bring the number of books that I read in June to a whopping 3. Which is half of the number that I was aspiring to. But it can only go up from here. Am I right? So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have to say. We didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve. but we did it together. It's not the final destination. It's the journey that counts, or something along those lines. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did enjoy it, and if this is something that you would maybe want to see more of. If you did like this video, give it a like. If you enjoy the vibes that we've got going on over here, maybe subscribe. Maybe subscribe. And I will love and leave you with this. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I will see you again very soon.